not just like what you said, the ones that their parents encouraged them to read to them, you saw how they were. It's all about the environment, We as the adults, we have to be like positive role models. Like you want your children to read as well. You have to cultivate the habit of reading. They have to see you read. So when they see you do these things, they tend to do the same. Like they always say, monkey cannot give birth to elephant.
Yeah, but Florence, sorry to cut you short, but I had this experience with my baby, where so she liked to read, but she liked to do other things. So sometimes when we began to give her books to read by force, she now switched off reading because she just felt, now you're forcing me to read and now I don't want to read. Yeah. But she loved it. But she loved it when I read to her, because I would dramatize and I would do all the, stuff. So I think that sometimes you should also look for the right time to the children and balance them. Yeah. So you talked about reading, the importance of introducing books to children early. So that's one. But Florence, I'm not sure. I'm just saying this again out of experience. I think that sometimes when you go to the shop as well, go to the old and faithful. If you're not sure of where to start, always go to the traditional. You know what I mean? So sometimes when these rattles, the rattles are very good for babies. And even those toys, what are their names now? Those very popular toy companies. What are their names? Florence, I forgot their names.
In Ireland?
No, generally those popular toy companies that have educational toys. I think go for the educational toys. Yeah?
Yeah. Educational toys are the best.
Are the ones to go for.
Yeah. For babies as well, you could have like a treasury basket, So it's like a basket. You can put like all the things that the babies can feel, those stuffed toys. You could put them in and then the children will be able to explore. You give it to them. They can feel the texture as well. You put it back. It's getting to help them with their texture, okay? With their sense, they are seeing things, feeling the texture of things as well. But just like what she said, go for educational toys. Remember, I said the toys has to promote learning. So make sure you're buying educational toys, not just giving a toy for the boy. And sometimes there are some toys this day that even you as the adult, you look at it, it's not beneficial to the child. It's just for the purpose of, is it whiling away the time or just to say that, okay, your child is, it has to be educational toys, okay? Like nursery rhymes as well. You could get like tapes, the children could listen to nursery rhymes. You sing it with them as well. You could even act it out, dance, carry the babies, swing them around, maintain eye contact with them as you're singing the songs with them.
Maintain eye contact.
Yeah, it's really important. For babies, you have to maintain eye contact. Even for children, I do say this. You need to maintain eye contact because they want to see who they are talking to. Okay, they want to see your expression says it all. Okay, and this is one thing I do say to parents as well. You want to talk to a child, you're in the kitchen, you're giving out, Tony, and the child can't even, the child might hear you, but the child will be like, they don't think you're serious. But when you sit down, you maintain eye contact with the child. Okay, this is what we're doing today. This is what I want you to do. Okay, it's going to really help the child as well. It's going to help them. Maintaining eye contact will help the child in terms of their hand-eye coordination. Hand-eye coordination, it's going to even help them like in terms of their seeing, seeing who they are talking to. And as they grow up as well, they would definitely do the same. If people are talking to them or if they want to talk to people, they would actually maintain eye contact because this is what they've seen people do. And they will do the same as well. So nursery rhymes are good as well. So you could sing like nursery rhymes. You could actually like sing to the child as well. You as an adult, like it depends on the cost. Like for instance, now let's bring it back to some people in Africa that they might be thinking, okay, it's coming to Christmas now. What can they give to their child?
Exactly.
Even if you don't have the money, give your time yourself, sing, sing to your child, hold your child, play with your child. It could even be the toy that you have at home you could use to engage playing with your child. It doesn't have to be coming to Christmas that you have to go and buy toys if you can't afford it. Okay,
that's why it's good to buy good quality toys that you can use. And sometimes if you don't have money to buy the toys. Now, I'm just thinking, then you can create experience.
Yeah, exactly. You can even make things at home yourself, like even puppet. You can use socks. You can use socks to make puppet. So, we have to be creative as parents, as educators. We have to be creative. Like you said, it's not every time we have to be buying. We can actually make things ourselves at home. Okay, like the socks, you could use the socks to make like puppet. And that's it. You're reading a story, you bring life into it, change your tone of voice. Hello, boys and girls, this is what we're doing today. You make it fun. Use the things that you have at home. Like you can use this box. You can actually use this box to make something. Okay? You can be creative with it. You could make pop stick out of this. Like, let's say if you want to do like physical activity with your child or your children, it doesn't have to be, you have to go out. So you could use this to make a pop stick. Like, let's say you want to do like traffic lights with them. You will need a green light. You will need orange and red. So you could cut this into shape and put a stick into it, glue it. You have a pop stick, and then you can show them green means go. So it's not costing you much. You're using your imagination. Sometimes you just have to step outside the box. It doesn't have
think
to
outside the box, yeah.
Outside the box. It's not everything we have to be buying. We could actually make things ourselves. It's really important. Like if you look at that decoration behind my
background, I see that, the green.
Yeah, it was one of my sons that made it in school for Christmas. So all they need was a black cardboard and then the green thing, and that's it. It doesn't cost much. So we need to start to think outside the box as parents. It's not all the time we have to be buying. And just like what you said as well, make sure there are toys that would last longer. Educational toys that would last longer, that you can always reuse. Okay, that you can always reuse. Okay, even though if you're not buying next year, the ones that you have at home, you can reinvent it, make it creative. Make something new out of it, and you present it to your children. To them, it will be something new, but you yourself, you know what you did.
Fantastic. So now let's talk about, because what I want is, again, practical steps, because I don't want to sound like a broken record again, because I did toys. I was once, a gift doer, for children's parties and all that. And sometimes I know the challenges that parents would have in terms of like picking out gifts for their kids. So we've talked about 0 to 3. So soft toys, books, nursery rhymes and all of those kind of things, storybooks and all. So if we have to talk about from age 3 to 5, what are we going to give?
Okay, so like from age 3 to 5, we were talking about
boys and girls.
Yeah, toddlers. We're talking about preschoolers. That's the time they're exploring. That's the time they want to learn skills. So give them toys that would help them to build all these skills, like jigsaws. Jigsaws, puzzles. In terms of when you're giving them jigsaws, puzzles, it's helping with their imagination. It's helping them to concentrate. Which, that age group, from 3 to 5, getting young children to concentrate, to stay focused.
Jigsaw puzzles, yeah. I used to give my daughter jigsaw puzzles.
Yeah.
Puzzles, because, yeah. It helps them.
Yeah, that age, they want to go. You're telling them to do something, they're running around, they want to go. But when you give them jigsaws, puzzles, Legos, when you're giving them, those, they're taking time. They are building. So concentration is going to help them in terms of like even their fine motor skills as well. It would help to strengthen their fingertips. It should help them in terms of, socialization, with their friends, with their peers, with you as the adults as well, interaction. So jigsaws are good, Legos are good, puzzles are good, for that age group 3 to 5, and even storybooks as well. That age from age 3, that's the time that they can read. They can read you, but make sure when you're picking books for that age group, not too many texts. This is where we mix it up. Pictures, good. Pictures, because it's from even the pictures you can get to discuss with them. Show them a picture. Now, what can you see? What are the things that are going on with the picture? Open-ended questions. Ask them open-ended question, not a yes or no. Do you like the storybook? Like if you ask somebody, do they like the storybook? What would the child say?
No.
Yes. No. They would just say, so you could ask the question like, okay, tell me, what do you think is going to happen in the next page? Without even getting to the next page yet. So you're prompting their curiosity. You're making them to use their imaginations. And you need to understand that our children, they are born with a lot of skills. They are born with creativity skills. we have to bring out these skills in them. They've lots of these skills. It's just like the same way, like if you have a skill, like let's say, like for yourself now, you're a journalist. For instance, if you don't practice your speaking skills, if you know it's, you would think you have it. You would think you have it. It will get to a time that you would not actually function very well the way you used to be in the past, because you've not been using your skills. So the same thing with children as well. They're born with a lot of creativity skills. It's just we bringing out the skills in them, encouraging them. So another gift could also be like a toy camera as well. You know, you could get them like cameras, so they can be taking pictures. So this one would help them in terms of like pretend play. You know, things that they've learned or they've seen people do, they do the same thing as well, like taking pictures, which is going to also help them in terms of, you know, their creativity skills as well. Okay, so you could also get them like painting, like paint. Okay, you
can coloring,
like coloring
painting set,
painting set, you know, like coloring. So you encourage them to make like fingerprints, you know, footprints.
My wall, you know, Florence, let me just tell you this. When my children were smaller, you see this thing that they call Lego. I dreaded Lego because my husband will buy them Legos, and by the time you come back, every day I'm picking Lego.
I know.
Upstairs, downstairs, there's Lego. When you come back from work, there's Lego on the floor. All inside the chair, that thing used to frustrate me. But again, choking hazards as well. So if you have little children, and I think the size of the Lego is very important.
It matters.
For me, I'm very careful with the choking hazards. So you have to buy like, you know, like
that's why even on the Lego as well, it's going to state the age. You know, those boxes, it's to tell you that Lego is from 3 to 5. So definitely, you know, if the Lego is for children from 3 to 5, you won't give the Lego to a child that is 6 months or 1.
Because sometimes they even have those tiny little Legos, you know, those tiny little Legos. So we have to be very careful. And then even the puzzles, everywhere. Puzzle.
I'm telling you, I remember when I used to work in early childhood setting. I'm telling you, I don't like puzzles because I'm not very good with solving puzzles. So in the morning when children will come, you know, the way they have to solve their puzzles, and the ones that can't even do it, or when it's time for tidying off time, so the ones that can't really finish it, we have to pack it up and do it. I used to run away from it because I'm like, I don't know how to solve this puzzle. I can't do it. But you know, these are the things that the children need to be used to. And just like what you said, sometimes we know what we have to give our children as parents, as educators, as guidance, but we look at it from like that puzzle that you said, or Lego. If I give them now, I will have to tidy up. You know, we will have to clean up the old place.
That's a consideration for me, because now if I have to have another child, I'm not going near puzzle. Or Lego. There's some people, even colors, like it's important to buy the colors. So then when you buy the colors, you say do paint, Abby. Wall paint.
Yeah. And that's why it has to be under adult supervision. Can you hear me? Under adult supervision. For instance, if you want your children to paint now, you're not going to leave them alone to paint. Like, for instance, you could get all those boards as well.
Yeah, I know that,
Yeah, that the children can paint, and you have to be there. You have to supervise them, because if you
but sometimes, have you ever had this? And sometimes you want to sleep. Okay, you people should be painting. Let me just sleep.
I know. That's why, like, if you want them to do like painting, make sure it's not a time that you're going to sleep. Okay. I read something online today that parenting is all about sacrifice. I'm telling you. There are lots of sacrifice that we have to make as parents. There are something, has this not happened to you in the past? There are some things that you want to do. Maybe it's time you want to sleep. Your children are coming to you, they want you to read. Oh, mommy, read for me. Daddy, read for me. You're not going to say, oh no, I don't. It's a sacrifice that you have to give to them. And I know some people, maybe when their children are younger, they are at home with them. They want to be able to bond with their children. I've seen some people would even say it until maybe when their child is 1 before they can go back to work. It's a sacrifice. Parenting comes with a sacrifice. So we, as parents, let me just say this before you continue. We have to be able to make that sacrifice. And sometimes because of this sacrifice, we are depriving our children of the things that they need to enjoy. We look at it and say, oh, I have to tidy up. Painting is going to be all over the world. No, I'm not getting them. You know what the children like. You know what they're interested in. I'm telling you, if you're, as a parent, you know what your children like. You look at it, if I get them paint now, I know my word. Like you said earlier, my word. No. Oh, the word is good. No, I'm not getting them. Instead, let me get them coloring. I can still do with coloring than painting. No. Lego. No. On the floor. No, I have no time. Oh, maybe you just came back from work. You're like, it's my weekend. I love my Saturday. Like the way I love my Saturday. The Saturday is only the time that I have to myself. This is my Saturday. No, they're not going to do this because they're definitely going to make a mess. So all of these excuses, we have to do away with all of these excuses. We need to let them do, and we should be engaged in this with the children as well. It's not all about only the children. If they're solving a puzzle, jigsaws, Lego, let's spend time to be with them. Because when they're doing it, you could be asking them questions. What are you making? It's all about not just buying toys for the student, but
but being involved
being involved in it. Engage in it as well. And there's some things that the children will actually teach you yourself. And it's a bonding time. You're getting to know your children as well. You'll be able to know much more about what they like, and it will help you in the nearest future in relation to doing things for these children.
Stop, and then what about, this is the elephant in the room, the digital toys like
so like the digital toys as well. I have like in my notes, you could get the children like Kindle. Is it Kindle? I think it's Kindle.
Kindle. Well, we got toys. I got them for my kids when they I got Kindle for my children. Yes,
it would be good for them.
And
like
also,
for books, like audio books. Books download those books. They could have access to over 2,000 books, all online, and then they could read it. So there's some, like just like what you said, the digital age that we have now, it has its ups and downs. I'm telling you, you see some children now, some 10, they have access to like smartphones, but that's another story for another day. They have access to, if all of these things are there, we should use it to our own advantage. Okay, it should be to our own advantage. Like the Kindle now, download audio books, download books as well that the children can read. You as the adult, sit with them as well, read these books with them, ask them questions. It's not just about them reading. Questions. Okay, so now tell me, can you summarize what you read? Take it on further. You could ask them a question. So, what lesson can you take from the story that you read? And then you as the parent as well, you could contribute your own story. This is what I read as well. So Kindle is also good as well,
Yeah. And I think one of the things that also, okay, sorry, go on.
Yeah. And also there are some educational shows as well.
Okay.
That the children can watch. But one thing I'm going to say to you as adults is, before you let the children watch all of these shows, you need to be sure yourself. Because there are some cartoons now that the children are watching, that they are portraying something that is not good. We just have to be, I know. So that's what I'm saying, that you as the adult, you need to have a quick scan, okay, of what they're watching or what they're going to be watching. Look at the cartoon, watch it yourself.
And some cartoons actually have explicit sexual content.
Yeah.
So for me, what I'll say about cartoons is that not all, like I remember when my children were little, the Simpsons, I told my children, Simpsons is not for small children. But I said, you're not going to watch it because they have adult themes. You're not going to watch it. And they used to be like, but it's very popular among children. But I just felt that there are certain themes that were not age appropriate.
Yeah.
That I didn't want my children to watch. So,
and that's why I said, like, you as the adult as well, before you let them watch it, you're not just going to, yes, there's a comment. Okay, you're not just going to let them watch it. That's why you have to be mindful. Step. You watch it first, have a quick scan to see. Just like what you said, you stood your ground. They're not watching it. They are not watching it. And I'm sure that time it was war because they would want to watch it. But you're like, no, you're not watching and you're not watching. So that's why it comes. So we as the adults as well, before we give our children something or before we let them watch it, you need to know what they're watching. Like this comment, you need to know what they're watching,
Yeah.
Go on.
Let me check out this comment here. It says, that's exactly why I became addicted to children's cartoons because I'm forced to watch with them because I had to know what I was watching. When my children were little, I used to watch cartoons with them. I like watching cartoons from the beginning, because of my child, when we were growing, we used to watch cartoons. But I realized that some of the cartoons that we used to watch before, even some of these things that I used to enjoy watching with my kids, like, growing up, I loved Fantastic Four, I loved Superman, I loved Spider-Man and all this kind of things. Sometimes the cartoons that were very simple cartoons, by the time they now redo it in this modern world, the thing that was supposed to be enjoyable takes another form, and you're like, what is this?
I'm telling you.
And another problem that I think that, now this is not to bash parents, because I'm also in that shoe. Sometimes as a parent, you're tired.
Yeah.
Come back from work, your brain is.
I remember I said this earlier. Yeah.
And then the child now wants to come and what you say, you know what? Take.
Yeah. Go and do what you want to do. Yeah.
Just go and watch.
I'm telling you, parenting is
how
not
they
easy.
become addicts.
Yeah, parenting is not easy, and that's why
you see,
like,
they become addicts.
That's why you see some parents, like, some would actually make up their mind. It's a sacrifice. They look at it as a sacrifice that they want, like, maybe for the next 2 years. If you'll have to pay the sacrifice, you say, okay, you want to bond with them, and that's why you see some people, they work the time that their children are in school. And you can't, that everybody is different. Some would look at it and say, okay, I'll drop my children in school. I'll go and do maybe from 9 to 12 or 9 to, so that when they finish, I can always pick them and be there. So you know your circumstance, you know yourself. You just have to, like with what you're okay with doing, you can just be doing. But just like what you said, I know parenting is not easy. You go to work, you're doing your other things, and then the child comes, you're tired. You're like, oh, can I just be myself? Go to school and do whatever you want
just
to do.
Take it. Okay, it's okay. Just take it. I give you 4 minutes. Sometimes you're smart. You give the child, okay, now you try to be diplomatic and say, okay, fine, I give you 1 hour.
Yeah.
Then then you're sleeping. Then the child is smart. And the child will now watch your mommy is sleeping. Because for me, this I don't want to stretch this conversation, but what I know.
But that's why it's important, like, even for yourself, like, if you say you're tired, you can always set the alarm. Like, if you want them to have it for 1 hour or 2, you can always set the alarm, and then the alarm will wake you up, and then you say, sometimes it's all about having rules. I know we've kind of like shifted, but we can all still benefit. It says, please take it and leave me alone, George.
Yes, take it and leave me alone. And see, let me tell you this, and this is not to say that I'm giving excuses, because I've had kids my kids are from 24 to 11. And I can tell you that the older children are easy to deal with. The older children, when you tell them sit down, maybe generation has changed, but the last ones.
I know, and that's why it's important you have rules. You need to have
the
your
rules.
rules.
Are important, yes.
If you have your rules, it's going to be a little bit difficult. The first few week or 2 weeks of you having rules is going to be difficult. They will not want to take your rules. If you say to them, oh, you can always use your mobile phone, 6 o'clock, you have to give it to me. It's going to be difficult. I'm telling you, they'll be like, no, I can't. Why will I? All my friends, this and that. But you have to, your ground. As a parent, parenting, you need to have your rules, and you have to stick to your rules. It's important. Don't be flexible. And just like what you said, the children are smart. Oh, mommy, can I have it for extra 10 minutes? Can I have extra 20 minutes? And then from 20 minutes today, next week, can I have 1 hour?
Yeah, and then when you say no, they say, Mom, that's mean.
Exactly.
Anyway, sorry. So let's come back. So we've talked about 3 to 5. What about from 5 to 10? I'm just thinking.
Okay, so from 5 to 10, let me look at my note. So like that
from 7 to 10, we've talked 10, about
So from that age group, you could get them like maybe like outdoor toys, maybe like scooters. They like scooters. That age they can be outside. That's the age that they want to go out. So you could get them like a scooter. It's going to even help them to keeping fit. Like I said, think of the toys. When you're buying toys, it's coming back to make sure the toys are going to be beneficial.
Toys with a purpose, yeah?
Yeah, with a purpose. It will promote learning. It will help them in terms of like keeping fit. As you know, like obesity is really rampant in, early childhood, the age that we are now. And it's coming back to sometimes when children are spending too much time in front of the screen. So they are not doing anything. They are just like sitting down in one place. They're actually not doing. So like if you get them like a scooter, it'd be good, like a skipping rope, like a bicycle, So you could get like a bicycle for them. And then sometimes like that age from 5, they could have like a toy car, you know, those outdoor toy cars that the children can actually go inside, you know, bikes as well. They are good. Storybooks are actually good for that age group as well. You know, like painting as well, you know, like coloring. So you could give them like that age group, you could give them like, you know, like buy them like camera as well, you know, that they can be using to take pictures, you know. So yeah, those are the toys that you
that's
can
true. Yeah, and I think that, you know, Florence, I think everything you've said is exactly correct and exactly true. Because I know that like my daughter now, you know, she likes, so we do what interests her, you know, so like she likes painting. So this Christmas, she wants us to get her a painting set, which we're going to get. You know, and then I realized also that when it comes to books, by the time you build up their interest in books, by the time they catch on, right, they look out to buy, maybe they've read a particular, maybe a trilogy of wanting, and then they read all the series, and then they begin to like a particular kind of author, so they go after the author and get, you know, that way then you develop a reading tradition. Now, Florence, what am I going to say now? I think it's been a fantastic evening. I don't want to, listen, we can go on and on and on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because it's been a very fantastic evening. And if you like this particular episode, I'd like you to kindly feel free to like it. You know, on my YouTube channel, Ibinabo Enebi. And if you're watching on this channel and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please feel free to subscribe. What am I going to say? Yeah, so guys, this is going to be the last live episode of Ibi Speaks for the year. I will be coming back in January, and I will be loaded in January. I think I'll come on the, third week of January, I think, or could come earlier, but when it gets there, I'll let you guys know. But then January is going to be, I'm having, it's going to be exciting and interesting. And I want to thank everyone who has been consistently faithful, and everyone who's encouraged me and who's helped, you know, my channel to grow by subscribing. I am highly appreciative of it, of you all. And I want to say a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. And Florence, do you have any last words?
Yeah, I just want to say that thank you for having me. I really appreciate. And if you want more of this as well, you could check my channel out. I'm also on YouTube, LES Matters TV. So you could check me out, LES Matters TV. You could subscribe to my channel as well. So if you're a parent, if you're a teacher as well, so I share all of these tips on my channel as well. So I'll be happy to also have you on my channel. And it's good to be here with you. And thank you for having me. So I've also learned a lot tonight myself. So thank you for having me anyway. Fantastic.
And Florence, we'll do it again. We'll do this again sometime in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. I don't mind. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
So I want to say thank you everyone for watching me. I'm highly appreciative of your time. And so Florence, I'm going to call you. Okay. And bye everyone.
No problem. Bye.